Shall we?
Rory.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah, means we're starting.
I could have hit it.
I got here early.
Hey Sandy, how you doing?
Speaking of which, where is Sandy? That's what I was waiting.
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome everybody to the Committee of the Whole, Belvedere City Council Committee of the Whole, May 26, 2026 meeting. If the clerk will help me with a roll call, please.
Albertini?
Here.
Brereton? Absent. Flurry?
Here.
Frank? Here. Gramkowski absent. Hoynes?
Here.
McGee?
Here.
Montalbano?
Here.
Peterson?
Here.
Stevens?
Here.
8 present.
All right, thank you. And just a thank you to those that turned out for yesterday's Memorial Day Parade. Started at Main Street across from City Hall and went down to Big Thunder Park, and I certainly appreciate it. I know we have two veterans that I know of, at least in the room here this evening. Alderman Albertini was present, Alderman Fleury, I know you served as well. Anybody else that I'm not aware of, but thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it. It was a nice turnout, and it was a nice day. So, also, just as a FYI to the council, that's my understanding, Dutch Brothers, the coffee house that is going to replace Starbucks out by the Chipotle site, evidently is moving forward, and hopefully they'll be moving forward quickly as they want to be in business here. So, and also this evening, I do have a proclamation that I want to read, but I need Brent Anderson to come up here and join me. Well, it is. All right, as everybody knows, and if those who don't know, they'll know here shortly that Brent is leaving as Director of Public Works with the City of Belvedere after a 42-year career. And I certainly have known Brent for a long time, since 1993, I guess, and he had been here since 1984 with the City of Belvedere. And when I became involved under Mayor Peterson's term, I met Brent, and certainly he has been a part of the city for the time before I got here and a long time afterwards. So I do have a proclamation honoring Brent Anderson for 42 years of dedicated service, and I'll read it. And Brent, bear with me. I've got cataracts, and I'm going to do the best I can. Whereas on June 6, 1984, Brent Anderson began a career of public service with the City of Belvedere as the Engineering Technician Assistant, Public Works Director, and whereas during Brent's career he served expertly in seven different administrations, and whereas through dedication, professionalism, and strong commitment to excellence, on November 1st, 2010, Brent was appointed Public Works Director, and whereas he always greets everyone with an enthusiastic good morning greeting, and is eager to share a lot of times new flavors of Lindor chocolates, jelly beans, or Oreos he finds at the stores, and he brings them in. And whereas for the past many years, Brent has unselfishly dedicated his own time every year to plant flowers to beautify City Hall. And whereas for 42 years, Brent has demonstrated exceptional dedication, leadership, and commitment to maintaining and improving the infrastructure, safety, and quality of life for residents in our community. And whereas throughout his tenure as Public Works Director, Brent Anderson has overseen critical projects, strengthened city operations, and ensured the efficient delivery of essential public services. And whereas Brent, during his 42-year tenure with the City of Belvedere, has become an extraordinary resource possessing a brilliant understanding and knowledge of engineering, planning, critical thinking, and problem solving, and for being a keeper of records a remarkable curator of anything relating to Belvedere, and a historian instrumental in bridging Belvedere's past and present to our future. And whereas his steady leadership, extensive institutional knowledge, and tireless work ethic have left a lasting and meaningful impact on the city of Belvedere. And whereas, be it known by all that Brent was never cheap, but known for being frugal in all of his financial decisions and recommendations, and I certainly appreciate that, Brent. And whereas Brent retires from the city of Belvedere, I speak for every one of my predecessors and our current city council and the many city council members over the past 42 years in congratulating him on his well-earned retirement and thanking him for his invaluable service over his exceptional career. And whereas Brent's best qualities are his great sense of humor, contagious optimism, honesty, respectful appreciation for others, trusted leadership with kindness for others, while always creating a great atmosphere in dealing with both colleagues and the public. And whereas after 42 years of faithful, distinguished service, Brent Anderson now retires, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism, integrity, commitment, and lasting contributions that will benefit the city of Belvedere for years to come. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Clinton Morris, Mayor of the city of Belvedere, hereby recognize and celebrate Brent Anderson for 42 years of outstanding service to the community and extend sincere gratitude and appreciation for his unwavering dedication since June 6th of 1984. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the city seal of Belvedere to be affixed this 26th day of May 2026. So Brent, I certainly appreciate it. They always say everybody's replaceable, and that's going to be a tough one. And no offense to Jordan, but 3 years will never replace 42. And so I want to thank you for your service. And we actually put this up a little bit differently, so I want you to have this. And it certainly is our appreciation and my appreciation for you. When I come into office, I asked you, how many years do you have? And I think at that time, you said, 5 years? And lo and behold.
Well, you said you were going to be one and done.
I did.
And I said I would be here for the entire time.
I did. And then I tried to coax you out of getting 3 more, and I failed. But no, you're right, and I certainly am grateful that you did stay on board and help in our transition that we have, because without you, a lot of the comments in there about the history, about all the secrets of Belvedere Public Works that goes unknown without you here. Nobody else is going to pick it up, but I know that shall we need you, we will call you, and I know Jordan understands that. So again, Brent, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
Please say a few words.
Very few. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Yep, it's been 42 years. It's gone by like that. Fast and Furious. They got all the details in here. Jeepers, jelly beans, and the whole works. It's been a great pleasure. Like I said, I'm going to have my same phone number. I'll have that with me. So if you have any questions, anything comes up, I'll be there to answer the call. Not going anywhere. Just going to be retired and being able to work on things that I haven't been able to work on. So again, thanks very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brent. Yep. All right, next, under public forum, I did have a Perry School proclamation. However, they are going to have an event tomorrow for the closure of Perry School. It's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, May 27th at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It will include an open house, and anybody who wants to go through Perry School will at that time be able to go through there. But I do have a proclamation for Perry School, and I will read it, and perhaps I'll be able to get the individuals that tried very, very hard to keep Perry School open. I will see if they can come as well to visit the city council, because I know they work very, very hard. I went to Perry School in 6th grade, but Alderman Peterson, I know, went to Perry School. And, You know, he went there, I believe, all the way through grade school. And certainly he tried his best to make sure that Perry School did not close. And the bottom line on that to me is if you don't invest in what you have, then eventually, whether it be a house, car, or whatever, you'll lose it. And unfortunately, that is the case here, and we will have an event. They will have an event tomorrow, Wednesday, 5/27, from 4 to 6 p.m. at Perry School, an open house. So if you can make it, please do. Anybody listening, if you can make it, please do. Reports of officers, boards, and special committees. Public safety unfinished business, we have none. Public safety new business. Item A, Police Department update. Deputy Chief Byrd is with us tonight as Chief Woody's absent. DC, good evening.
Thank you, Mayor. I just had a short update. We have a few new officers that are in training. Officer Zachary Robinson and Officer William Drop currently step 1 of our field training program. Officer David Sanders is in step 4, which is the final step before solo patrol of our FTO process. Officer Jared Jancic was recently released to step 5 of the FTO process, which means he's now out on solo patrol on his own. We have one officer that's currently in the police academy, that's Officer Seth Norris. He just began week 4 at Sauk Valley Police Academy in Dixon. Tomorrow we have a fire and police commission meeting at 5 p.m. That we need to get approval to begin some background investigations, try to fill some slots we are down. We're currently down 3 officers, and we're working diligently to get candidates through the background process. This week and a couple spots. Our next academy date will be beginning of September.
Okay. All right. Thank you, DC Byrd. Any questions for Deputy Chief Byrd? Feel free to ask. Anybody has any for him? I know he'll be happy to answer them. Okay, hearing none, thank you. Again, item B, Fire Department update. Chief Shadle, good evening.
Thank you, Mayor. In the past 30 days, we ran 310 calls, so about 10 per shift, so we got back to our normal average there. Of those calls, 14 were fires. There were 4 structure fires, 3 passenger vehicle fires, a cooking fire, 4 trash or rubbish fires, a grass fire, and a dumpster fire. There were also 10 hazardous situations, 4 gas leaks or gas odors, CO alarm, 3 additional motor vehicle collisions, and 2 smoke and odor investigations. The highest number of calls were, again, of course, the EMS calls. There were 211 calls for medical emergencies, including 9 strokes, 3 cardiac arrests, 14 breathing problems, 10 chest pain, and 21 falls, which the falls are the most frequent injury call. There were also higher than normal, 23 calls psychological/behavioral, and 10 altered mental status. 6 of the motor vehicle collisions caused injuries, and there were 7 traumas. So this month there was 4 overdose calls, and so as promised, I looked into them. 2 of them were illicit drugs, and then the other one was alcohol and a intentional medication overdose. Finishing out the highlights of the different calls, we had 41 public service assistants. These are marked separate. These are separate calls than the falls that were injuries, but there was additionally 22 lift assists. Those are just someone uninjured, not needing to go to the hospital or receive medical care, and say, oh, can you just help me back in to the chair or help me stand back up, things like that. There was 1 extrication and 32 no emergency found. Of those EMS calls, there was 172 ambulance transports. So transitioning from calls into some news, some good news. Last one of the committee meetings, we had approved the Cascade filling station for Station 2, and I had looked, and we were not awarded that grant, and But today, I got an email that we were awarded that grant through the state fire marshal. So that will be paid for by the state fire marshal through that grant. So that's always good news. And then we are all set to go with our hiring list. So every 2 years by state statute, we create a candidate eligibility list. This one we're currently operating off of. We hired 2 firefighters in the past 2 years, and the list is good through August. And so on June 1st, everybody will be able to start applying from June 1st to June 30th. Right on our main website, it's the belvedereil.gov/fire. And right there, they'll be able to apply. They upload all their documents, and then the written test is through National Testing Network. So everything is online. It's the same exact process as we used last time, but again, that's coming June 1st through June 30th. We've been doing a Facebook blast of all requirements and required documents and things like that. So we'll see what the turnout is. I think last time our full list, we're used to seeing lists over 100, and last time we had a pretty strong list considering the size of our department, and I think there was maybe 30 on that one. So hopefully we have a good turnout and a good, strong list in August, and that completes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, anybody have any questions for Chief Shadle? Alderman Peterson.
I do, thanks, Mayor. I just was gonna follow up on the Cascade system. The 2% was gonna fund a good part of that, right? And then the city was gonna plug in the gap. Now, is the grant gonna replace what the 2% did, or what the city paid?
No, that's a good question. So the compressor part of that is $40,000, and the grant covers just the fill station that we had approved. So the 2% indeed funded $40,000 for that compressor, and then the fill station was approximately $20,000, and that's what the grant is going to cover.
Good, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions for Chief Shadle about that or anything else? All right, hearing none. Item C on the agenda is First Due Fire Service Management Platform renewal for your discussion this evening. In your packet was a memo from Chief Shadle dated 5/25/26, asking to authorize to renew First Due Fire Service Management Platform. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As you'll see the quote for that. This is the records management enterprise suite that we utilize, that whole entire list there. So this will be our 4th year with them, so our 3rd renewal with First Due. And again, it's integrated, it's tied into our CAD. It's Our EMS billing is pulled right out of this module. It gets automatically sent to the state, and it gets sent to EMS billing whenever the ambulance crews fill out a EPCR is what that's called. So looking to renew that. It is very in line with the enterprise software. There's basically 2 or 3 main players, First Due and ESO, and there's the other one I can't recall off the top of my head, but when we initially started off this process, they were all right about that same price point that it is here. So unless you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but the motion is to approve the renewal of First Due software platform subscription in the amount of $18,979.27 to be paid for the budget line item 01-5-220-7020.
All right, if I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Stevens, second by Alderman Peterson. Thank you both. Any questions regarding the motion on the floor? Feel free to weigh in. Hearing, Alderman Stevens.
I take it this is a 1-year renewal then for the 18?
Correct. Annual subscription.
All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed, or if there's any abstentions, motion passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Item 3, Finance and Personnel Unfinished Business, we have none. Item 4, Finance and Personnel New Business. Item A, Appointment of Public Works Director. In your packet is a memo from myself dated May 15th of 2026 regarding Director of Public Works, and I'll read it, given the retirement of Brent Anderson, I hereby offer my appointment of Deputy Director Jordan Keck as an ex-Director of Public Works as an ex-Director of the Public Works Department for your consent and approval, and I would ask for a motion to consent for the appointment of Jordan Keck as a Director of Public Works to be effective June 8th of 2026.
Motion by everybody? Except one.
Oh, I never saw so many hands up. Motion, I guess I better pay more attention. Motion by Alderman Fleury, second by Alderman Albertini. Thank you. Any questions on that motion? Feel free to weigh in. Alderman Peterson.
I'll just offer up, and Brent would probably agree. Jordan, you don't have to be crazy to work here. We'll train you
To be crazy?
To work here.
He's already learned that.
All right, hearing nothing else, no other comments. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, nay, or any abstentions? All righty, thank you very much. Item 5, under other unfinished business, we have none. Item 6, other new business. Oops, I'm sorry, item 4B, thank you. Yeah, it's right here in front of me. There's a memo in your packet dated May 21st, 2026, from me regarding the city-county coordinating, and I'll read it. You will recall the city and the county have agreed to reinstitute the standing city-county coordinating committee. As such, I am appointing Alderman Peterson, Alderman Montalbano, and Alderwoman Frank to serve on the city-county coordinating committee subject to their consent. It is anticipated that the committee will meet quarterly. So if there's any questions regarding that, that doesn't have any kind of a motion, that's an appointment. Yeah. So if there's any questions regarding that, or if any of the individuals that I've mentioned see it otherwise and choose not to, please let me know. But otherwise, that's my intent. So. And I want to thank all of those. There were others that put their name in the hat, but I do know that at one time this was a monthly meeting. It didn't work well. Part of the reason is they didn't have enough business for a monthly meeting, and so this one will meet quarterly, which makes a lot more sense. And we don't have a bunch of time wasting. And I think people they become disenfranchised whenever there is no business and they show up. So, and I will, we will change that out as we go. Anybody else has an interest? I don't expect everybody to do that for each year. I would certainly appreciate anybody next year who wants to take that assignment. I would appreciate that. Let me know your interest. So, thank you. Item 5, other unfinished business, we have none. Item 6, other new business. Item A, an intergovernmental agreement is in front of you with the Belvedere Park District regarding the Santa House. And I'll read that. It's a memo dated May 21st from myself regarding the Santa Claus House. You will recall the city, in coordination with Mr. Charlie Beckel, as a part of his Eagle Scout project, constructed a Santa Claus house that was utilized for hometown Christmas. The house is very heavy, it's big, It's difficult to move, but it's really nice. It requires the use of cranes to move, and it is currently utilizing significant storage space at the Leith warehouse. The Belvedere Township Park District has agreed to take possession of the Santa Claus house and provide it a permanent home, which will eliminate the city's storage problem, as well the need to incur costs each time the house is moved. As such, we recommend transferring possession of the Santa Claus house to the Belvedere Township Park District pursuant to the intergovernmental agreement attached to this memo. I would ask for a recommended motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement with the Belvedere Township Park District to transfer possession and ownership of the Santa Claus house to the Belvedere Township Park District. So if I could have a motion to that effect. Motion by Alderman Hoynes, second by Alderman Montalbano. Thank you both. Any questions regarding the Santa Claus house? I think when this started and I helped build this house, we were down quite a bit at the street department. Thank you, Brent, for you guys being, and Jordan for being so patient. But it seemed to have grown. It started out with maybe what was going to be a rather manageable Santa Claus house, but it turned into about a 7,800-pound building. So I think that it is important that Charlie Beckles put a lot of time and effort and raised funds to be able to build this in recognition of celebrating the Christmas season here in the city of Belvedere. And I certainly thank him for that. I do believe this will be a better home, and I believe that more people will be able to see it. It'll be a permanent home. The building is maintenance-free. It may require some paint in the future, but essentially it's maintenance-free. It's wired. It's ready for a hookup. And I think it'll serve the community and what he had in mind whenever he dedicated this as his Eagle Scout project to what he thought. So if there's any questions regarding the motion on the floor, feel free to weigh in. We'll try and answer your question. All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there are any opposed or abstentions, all right, that motion passed, and thank you very much for that. Item B, item B is DFOA TIF redevelopment agreement. In your packet is a memo from City Attorney Drella dated 5/19 regarding this development agreement. Essentially, the City of Belvedere has nearly $108,000 in accumulated unallocated funds in the Kishwaukee River Redevelopment Area TIF Fund, which are available for public and private improvements within the redevelopment area. As you know, the TIF expires in December 2027. The city has completed all the planned public improvements utilizing TIF funds. Dairy Farmers of America has experienced difficulties with their wastewater pretreatment program, which has negatively, to say the least, negatively impacted the city's wastewater treatment plant on numerous occasions, resulting in costs to the city and fines owed by DFA. DFA has identified improvements that can be made to their pretreatment process, which will have a beneficial impact upon our city operations. The projected costs of the improvements exceed $806,800. We recommend utilizing available TIF funds in the form of a grant to help DFOA meet the funding requirements for the pretreatment improvements pursuant to the proposed redevelopment agreement attached to this memo. Further, it is likely that the city will receive additional TIF revenues, approximately $22,296, as new taxes are received from the county before January 1st. We also recommend that the City Council authorize the mayor to execute an amendment to the redevelopment agreement to provide additional funding not to exceed TIF revenues received that are not otherwise allocated. The recommended motion would be a motion to approve and authorize the execution of the redevelopment agreement between the City of Belvedere and DFA Dairy Brands Ice Cream LLC, and to also authorize the mayor to execute a future amendment to the redevelopment agreement to provide additional funds for the project not to exceed additional TIF funds actually received from the Kishwaukee River redevelopment area. If I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Peterson, second by Alderman Hoynes. And the city attorney has his hand up, so I know there's something important. City attorney?
That January 1, correct me if I'm wrong, Brent, I believe we decided that should either be January 1, 2028 is what we agreed.
To have the completed for the event, yes.
Okay.
So and it does not need to change the motion at all, just I want to make you aware of that. So
Okay.
the TIF actually expires 23 years after it's created, which means it would technically terminate this coming December. But it's actually not 23 years, they wait for the next following year's taxes to come in and then terminate. So we have to expend the money by the end of 2027. So the initial amount, the 107,790, is what we have right now. We're gonna get additional money that's received tax receipts this summer, and there'll be additional money next summer as well. So the idea is to pledge to them anything that would get out of the TIF. They've been paying into the TIF for 23 years, but not anything more than that. So it's not any actual City of Belvedere tax dollars.
Okay, we have that motion on the floor regarding the TIF funds received from the Kishwaukee River redevelopment area. If there's any other questions or comments, feel free to weigh in. Alderman Peterson?
I do, thanks, Mayor. Do you know whether there would be any other DCO-type funds, that would be any other intergovernmental funds that would help with this? Because it looks like they're looking at a tremendous investment, just literally, probably for our treatment plant's benefit more than, doing anything for their production capabilities.
Oh, it's definitely for our wastewater treatment plant benefit, and we recently went through an audit on our pretreatment program with the US EPA, excuse me, and they were very deliberate in their comments back to us regarding DFA and our experiences with them over the recent past, and the amount of spills and things that were coming our way, and the fact that had to cease and desist. So this redevelopment agreement actually is going to be, a copy of that is going to be submitted to US EPA as a requirement that they placed upon us for the redevelopment, or for the audit that they completed for us. But yes, we have reached out. We have some other funding opportunities that may be able to be utilized. We're working with on that process right now, so hopefully we will know more here in the not-too-distant future if those funds were going to be able to be allocated as well. There's a portion of our sanitary sewer main that is located underneath their building physically right now, and it would be, if we are able to get the additional funding, then we will also realign that line, then move that line outside from underneath the building as well as part of this project.
Okay, and there's no question about, I don't know, a DFA, or what was formerly Dean's, are they our oldest employer? Do you know, Brent? You're the...
As far as continuous, I know it is the oldest ice cream plant in the United States,
It is.
continuous operation. I do know that. As far as the actual employer for the city of Belvedere, very well could be. That the original portions of that plant that are still in place date back to the late 1800s, so.
And they employ a lot of people at their plant, and we certainly, I think that this redevelopment area, this money that we have left would be a wise use to be able to help them to defray some of the costs that they have. It certainly, as Alderman Peterson pointed out, is a big fix, but the city of Belvedere cannot continue to have problems with our bugs or our organisms down at the plant that makes it run. And every time we have an accident and they send cream down to the plant, it creates quite a disturbance for us. And as Brent pointed out, the EPA has certainly noticed it, so.
Right, the funding that we're going to possibly go after or qualify for is EDP funds. economic development program funds through the state. So that's what discussions we're ongoing now. And yes, DFA is our second largest customer on the sewer side of things, so they are very important to us. And anything we can do to keep them in operation and hopefully expanding lines and making them even bigger here in Belvedere would be good business for us.
I would agree. All right, any other questions or comments regarding the motion on the floor? The floor is still open. Feel free. And hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
If there are any opposed or any abstentions, motion passed, thank you. And item C, 2026 mowing program. In your packet is a memo from Assistant Director Jordan Keck, dated 5/19/2026, regarding the mowing program. Jordan?
Thank you, Mayor. So just a little background for the council. When we had the bid opening for the annual contracts a couple weeks back, we didn't receive any bids for the 2026 mowing program. So we reached out to 3 different mowing contractors requesting proposals, 2 of which declined due to already being booked up with other work. So we received 1 proposal from JSV Landscaping for the mowing of the Water Department sites, Public Works sites, and Farmington Ponds. I also want to point out that on the pricing for last year, it was much lower due to the other previous years due to an error in the bidding from the previous contractor, which they did end up deciding to honor last year. So when you look at the pricing on there, it looks like there's a big difference, but that's what happened. And then in addition, I wanted to point out that in 2024, the Public Works sites mowing only had 8.8 acres of mowing, whereas in 2026, the Public Works sites has 18.32 acres of mowing due to additions of some detention areas that we now have to mow and so whatnot. But just to break it down for you guys, the cost in 2024 per acre for mowing was $102.27. Whereas this proposal would be about $160 per acre. So you look at that price on there and you see the 2,000 and it looks like it's a big jump, but it's pretty comparable to what we had in the past, just due to the size of the mowing. So based off of the review of this proposal, I would recommend the following. The first is a motion to approve the proposal from JSV Landscaping in the amount of $455 per mowing for the mowing of the Water Department sites. This work will be paid for from Water Department line item 61-5-810-6040.
All right, if I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Hoynes, second by Alderman Montalbano. Thank you. If there's any discussions regarding the motion on the floor, feel free to ask. All right, hearing none, all those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed or any abstentions, that part of this is passed, motion passed. Mr. Keck?
All right, the second is motion to approve the proposal from JSV Landscaping LLC in the amount of $2,931.20 per mowing for the mowing of the Public Works sites. This work will be paid for from Street Department line item 01-5-310-6002.
All right, if I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Montalbano, second by Alderman Peterson. Thank you both. Any questions regarding that motion on the floor? Feel free to weigh in. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if anyone's opposed or any abstentions, well, that motion passed. And Jordan?
And the final one is a motion to approve the proposal from JSV Landscaping LLC in the amount of $723.52 per mowing for the Farmington Ponds. This work will be paid for from the Farmington Ponds Maintenance Fund.
All right, if I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Albertini, thank you, and a second by Alderman Hoynes, thank you both. Any questions, any concerns, comments regarding the motion on the floor? Feel free to ask. Alderwoman Frank.
Thank you. Jordan, can you tell me, is this going to be as needed or is it weekly?
So we base it off of as needed. The contracted prices are based off of 14 mowings per year, but it really comes down to what the conditions are. Like right now, it's really dry, so if they were mowing right now, it wouldn't have been as much, but it is on a as needed basis.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions before we vote? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
If there are any opposed, and if there are any abstentions. Okay, that passed. Thank you very much, Assistant Director, appreciate it. Then we have item D, Logan Avenue Water Main Replacement Project bid tabulation. In your packet is a memo from Director Anderson dated 5/19/2026 regarding just that, the Logan Avenue Water Main Replacement Project bid tabulation. Director Anderson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Memo in your packet, we received 3 bids for that replacement of the Logan Avenue water main. Low bid being $389,459.78 from DPI Construction. This section of water main from Prospect to Business Route 20 has had several main breaks over the recent past few years. And in fact, it's got 2 small leaks right now that we have not repaired in anticipation of this replacement project. The engineer's estimate for this project was $409,316. I would recommend approval of the low bid from DPI Construction in the amount of $389,459.78 for the Logan Avenue Water Main Replacement Project. This work will be paid for from the Water Depreciation Account, line item 61-1780. The current balance in that account is $1 million, almost $1.9 million, but keep in mind that's going to come down some because we had our well 5 and our well 7 repairs, which the majority of those repairs are not reflected in that balance. So those funds will come out of there too, but there'll still be over $1 million balance in that fund.
Okay. All right, hearing that, can I have a motion to that effect, please? Motion by Alderman Stevens, second by Alderman Hoynes. Thank you both. Any questions or comments on that motion on the floor? Feel free to ask. All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there are any opposed or any abstentions? Okay, that motion passed. Thank you. And item E, sanitary sewer manhole adjustment, Phase 3 bid tabulation. Again, in your packet is a memo from Director Anderson dated 5/20/2026 regarding sanitary sewer manhole adjustment, Phase 3. And that bid tabulation, Director Anderson?
Thank you, Your Honor. We received 3 bids for this project as well. This is our final sanitary manhole adjustment project. Between our overlay program and these adjustments, all of our manholes will be now taken care of. The low bid from Current Contracting Company in the amount of $245,000. The budget included $300,000 for this work, so that's good. I would recommend approval of the low bid from Current Contracting in the amount of $245,000 for the Phase 3 sanitary sewer manhole adjustment project. This work will be paid for from capital funds.
Okay, if I could have that motion, please. Motion by Alderman Albertini, second by Alderman Montalbano. Thank you both. Any questions regarding that motion on the floor? Feel free to weigh in. Alderman Peterson.
Mayor, just a question on the timeline. When do you anticipate this would be wrapped up?
This work, we're starting this work earlier now, so hopefully this will be all done before school starts.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other comments? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion on the floor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed or any abstentions? Okay, that motion passed. Thank you. And we have wastewater treatment thickening centrifuge repair. In your packet is a memo from Assistant Director Keck regarding the wastewater treatment thickening centrifuge repair. Assistant Director Keck.
Thank you, Mayor. One of our two Centrisis thickening centrifuges at the wastewater treatment plant needs to be repaired. The cost estimate from Centrisis to make these repairs to the THK 200 rotating assembly is $45,241. We're gonna need two motions here. The first is a motion to waive the bidding process, will be required as the costs exceed $20,000.
All right, and just to let the council know, Centrisis, they're going to do the factory repairs, and that's why.
Correct, it's
they're-
because they're the manufacturer and we don't know anyone else who can repair that.
Right. All right, so we would ask for a motion to waive the bidding process will be required as the cost of repairs exceed $20,000. Motion by Alderman Peterson, second by Alderman Stevens. Thank you both. Any questions on that motion? All right, all those in favor of the motion to waive, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed, motion passed.
And then the second motion is, we would recommend approval of the proposal from Centrisis for factory repairs to the thickening centrifuge at the wastewater treatment plant at a cost not to exceed $45,241. This work will be paid for from the sewer depreciation account 61-1790.
All right, if I could get a motion for that. Motion by Alderman Hoynes, second by Alderman Montalbano. Thank you very much. Any questions regarding that motion? Feel free to weigh in. Alderman Peterson.
And Mayor, does that leave us then at half capacity then right now? Is we're operating with just one of the thickeners operable? Is that correct?
So we can operate with just one, but it's good to have a backup. So it just puts a lot of extra pressure on that other one, so we can't switch, between the two.
So obviously, we don't want the second one to take a dive either then, at this point.
Correct. And we did the second one a couple years back, and it was around the same price to do this one.
Yep. Yes. Yep, thank you. Any other questions regarding the motion on the floor? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion on the floor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if there are any opposed or any abstentions? And that motion passed, thank you. And item G, we had in here, just in case, executive session pursuant, but to the Open Meetings Act, but we're not going to need that. So if I could have a motion to adjourn, please. Motion by Alderman Albertini, second by Alderman Hoynes. All those in favor to adjourn, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody want to stay? All right, for the record, we adjourned at 6:48 PM. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening.